Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of My Hero Academia on Season 5, which is on episode 23 or episode 111 of the overall total number of episodes. Now this episode right here, they actually did a nice job so far, I believe. I mean, in terms of censorship, there was a lot of it, but it was to be expected. I mean, no matter how much you love a certain series that's very popular and it's always well known, there's always going to be a lot of censorship. I mean, that's the only thing, with the exception of certain light novels. Take the example of DxD or something. Not sorry to mention that, etc. But me being off topic, I apologize. But they adapted chapters 333 to 336. Now that was some crazy intense episode they did there. Like I said, in terms of censorship, they had to minimize that in terms of what just happened, but it was to be expected anyway. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that the episode opens up where Twice ends up trying to save Toga-chan, to the best of his ability, and makes a double to try to do a blood transfusion, that kind of thing. But that aside, they did cut out some certain scenes involving Skit or something, trying to go after Twice and the others, Twice and Toga or something. Then we get to see our lizard man, our lizard guy, our gecko guy, going to action. He knows that this guy's voice is really amplifying. We get to know that his quirk is known to be some kind of that's known to boost morale physically and mentally in the person's body and mind, that kind of thing. That's how it works. It's he makes a speech or he just talks with his voice or something, giving them motivation, etc. Whatever his name, whatever the guy's name is, because like I said, he's not really freaking important to me anyway. I mean whatever the case may be, this guy was actually trying to mock Shiguchi or our gecko villain or something whatsoever. That he was a freaking shut-in, and that he never went outside or something, and that the only thing that motivated him was Stain's ideology, that kind of thing. But unfortunately, and they did a nice job putting part of Shigauchi or our gecko or our lizard man's backstory here and there. But unfortunately, they did cut out a big portion of him giving a narration, which is really upsetting, Though I don't know why they did that, but that aside, we have to it that Shigaraki reaches Redestro and ends up getting ready to clash against him. And we got to know Redestro's quirk, which is known to be called to be stress. He could use all pent up stress and turn it into raw power. The more he accumulates, the stronger and larger he becomes, that kind of thing. And of course, there is some censorship involved with when Shigaraki was facing a Redestro in chapter 333, which they adapted that chapter, Now this is where where instead of Shigaraki's three missing fingers, the thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger getting cut off or being ripped off or something by debris. Instead, they become immobile or really broken up where it can't be used anymore, That's part of the censorship, right? That's part of the censorship right there. But, as the episode continues on, we get to know more about Shigaraki Tomura's backstory or past, And we have to that and as the episode continues on, we have to Redestro ends up mocking Tomura and asking what is it that he wants to create, and they will bear no fruit or something, unless if it's really hollow. And Shigaraki takes a look at Hana-chan's hand, and then he remembers his past, with Sensei, how he has his mother's hands, his grandmother's, his grandfather's, and your father's hands. The human heart is a very incredible thing. Whether it be anger or sadness, all negative emotions will fade away in time. From now on, keep the bodies close to you. Don't let those memories ever fade away, etc. And, unless you watch the episode, we get to see the continuation of like Shigaraki's backstory, you know, where Hana ends up giving Shigaraki a hand, you know, saying, "Come on, let's go. I mean, you got in trouble again, I'll help you out," you know, that kind of thing. And we have to it, you know, as like Shigaraki makes his narration, like his head's been spinning around and around, returning one after another, you know. And Redestro saying that you will never be able to match up to me, kind of thing. And he continues to torment Shigaraki, you know. But Shigaraki, using the remaining two fingers that's on his left hand, I believe, ends up touching Redestro's like finger and ends up decaying him. And Redestro throws him away, and realizing that like he's supposed to activate with all 5 fingers, but unless the information was wrong, is he evolving or something? And we get to see Shigaraki having to like having to go crazy a bit, you know, saying like man, they're all returning to my head, what the hell is going on, you know, that kind of thing. But as the episode continues on in the situation, we have to it that like that he remembers his mother's words whatsoever, you know, that kind of thing. And realizing that this guy is the real one, and how Shigaraki's mother always tended to his like injuries and allergies, that kind of thing. And we get to see how like how Shigaraki is actually much faster than before. Even Redestro even realizes this. He knows that this guy like with this kind of ability he has, he could have at least decayed a hero to a Kamino. Even that aside, he's been training a lot. It's impossible unless you've been training every day, fighting for your life, kind of thing. What Redestro does not realize is that Shigaraki has been fighting Gigantomachia, or that freaking giant motherfucker, for many months now. That's the reason why Shigaraki is much more agile, or like has more agility than he was before, you know, that kind of thing. But we have to it that Redestro counteracts him with some kind of like stress bomb whatsoever, and hits freaking like Shigaraki very hard. And then more hands that's always been on his body ends up still falling out, you know, that kind of thing. And of course like as the episode continues on, you know, like he remembers his grandmother and grandfather trying to help him out, you know, to the best of their ability, saying, "Hey, you like this, you like that," you know, that kind of thing. Although Shigaraki always wanted them to say something, you know, maybe say something good, but whatever the case may be, all I know is like Shigaraki is still struggling against Redestro right now, and then he gets an announcement from one of his peers or subordinates that something big is heading our way. This ridiculous monster is something that they've been hiding, and that's Gigantomachia, who showed up to fight Shigaraki or continue to help him, you know, or help him out. I don't know, but one thing's for certain is that we continue. And we had to, Redestro gets really annoyed by this and gets ready to like try to finish this fight once and for all. But we had to it that Shigaraki says, "You asked me what do I want to create? All I want is to destroy. Is that so bad? You know, that kind of thing." And we had to, Redestro says, "You know what? Then go ahead and die. Those who don't have a world without creation bears no future." And we have to it that Shigaraki therefore tells him like, "I don't need a future. When did I ever need one?" You know, that kind of thing. And we get to see and then the rest of the episode shows all of like freaking like Shigaraki's backstory, you know. Well, not all, because there's more to come, you know. But we get to see to it that Shigaraki was always punished by his father by talking of heroes. It's like if you want me to stop, then start listening, you know. Although this is when, like, Shigaraki, his real name is Shimura Tenko, you know? Hero talk in his house was always been forbidden, you know, that kind of thing. And of course, like, the mother and the grandmother and grandfather's like, "Hey, what the heck are you doing? Aren't you going this too far? His allergies are getting worse." But Tenko's father is like, or Shigaraki's father ends up saying, "You know, becoming rules are rules. I don't want to have to like I don't like certain freaking like hero talk. Not to mention his quirk has not shown up at this age, and if he doesn't have one, he's the one that's gonna be devastated, you know? Dreams of becoming a hero can only result in unhappiness." And you know, the sad thing is when you want to make some comparison to like some other people's backstories, you know, I mean like Shigaraki's quirk has not shown up yet, which is another thing, whatever the case may be. But we have to it as the episode continues on. We have to it that Shigaraki continues his narration like how his father was a very powerful businessman and had made a very good fortune early on. He built his 2-family house and invited his in-laws to live with him, you know, that kind of thing. And you know, like I said, Shigaraki's mother will always tend to his injuries and help him out. And Shigaraki asked like, hey, does Dad hate me or something? Why is he like, why is it because I don't have a quirk yet? And of course, Shigaraki's mother says, of course your father doesn't hate you, you know? It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just how hard being a hero is just difficult. And we have to it, you know, his grandmother and grandfather will always give him to the best of their ability of helping him out, you know, that kind of thing. And I thought that was really sweet. But, you know, unfortunately, you know, when it comes to like certain things here and there, it's always going to be tough here. It's always going to be tough because his father was always been a little strict and very abusive. But we had to it that Hana-chan decides to show Shigaraki like a picture of his grandmother and his father, you know, of how like she was a hero, you know, that kind of thing, and thought it was pretty cool. And that kind of gave him like an inspiration to try to become a hero, you know, despite what his father says. But later on, we get to see to it about something happened into like something happened to him when he was playing with his dog Monchan or something. When he ends up throwing a ball, something activated into his fingers. Something activated in his fingers or something, which apparently is his quirk or something. Apparently, part of the ball ends up breaking apart. Even his dog Monchan ends up being really concerned. But we have to it that his father found out that Tenko or Shigaraki went to a study, you know, and this is Shigaraki's backstory. That he goes like, you saw, didn't you? Those freaking like that picture or something. And we have to it that like that Hana-chan therefore tells father that he wanted to see that picture or something, you know. Unfortunately, like that's when Shigaraki realizes that children can be self-centered and straightforward, you know. And this is where some censorship involving as well, where like Shigaraki's father ends up slapping him in the face, and his mother tries to stop him but couldn't do anything physically or didn't want to. But we have to it that Shigaraki's father says, look, that person wasn't your grandmother. That was a freaking demon that threw away her own children and become a hero for strangers. Do you not understand? And we have to it that like his father punished Shigaraki very badly and left him outside again. I'm like, seriously, man, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? And whatsoever. And we get to see to it that like that Shigaraki's father has a letter from his mother, you know, saying like I had to go fight some bad guys and I couldn't let you like be in danger or something, you know, that kind of thing. I'm sorry, you know, I know you're gonna hate me, but I will love you from the bottom of my heart, no matter what. And this is very devastating, you know, and it's really sad at the same time, because if you guys know Nana Shimura, or should I say like the sixth wielder of One For All, just to give you the reminder, she left her kid to protect him, which is understandable, but it's still messed up. Though, like, yeah. But we had to it eventually, after, like, we finished reading the letter and getting a reminder of it, we had to it that Shigaraki's mother, which is the wife of Shigaraki's father, ends up saying, what the hell is wrong with you? If you keep doing this, I'm not gonna abide by these rules. I mean, didn't you say you want to build a happy family or what? What the hell's wrong with you? And the guy says, I didn't mean to end up like this, or I think I might have went way too far. And we have to it that Tenko's still crying in pain right now, saying, what do I do? I hate this. I can't take this anymore. What the hell's going on? And he ends up saying, like, I freaking hate everyone, you know, I hate everyone, without realizing his quirk activated and he accidentally killed, like, a Monchan or his dog, you know? And then he ends up saying, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? You know, that kind of thing. And I can see where the hell he's coming from, because he literally accidentally killed his dog or something and he didn't realize it, or he just realized it, going, whoa, 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 what the hell's going on? And he ends up scratching his head everywhere, like, what the hell did I just do? And we have to it that, like, Hana's like, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't help you or something, or I framed you, kind of thing. And I see Hana trying to go out, trying to apologize to Shigaraki, but unfortunately she says, what's the matter? And she can only scream in terror right now after seeing Monchan in pieces and in blood. And then we have too that he couldn't even talk, you know. He goes like, his voice would not like him come out. He says, didn't you come to apologize? Wait, please protect me this time. But unfortunately, he tries to reach for her and tries to say, please wait, let me talk, kind of thing. But unfortunately, Hana Chan will later on disintegrate because of Shigaraki's quirk. And we have to it that, like, we have to it that the censorship over here involving him vomiting, and then there's some blood involved, you know, that kind of thing. Oh my gosh, man. It was freaking crazy and brutal, man. Like, it was freaking brutal when I freaking was looking at this freaking scene right here. Because this is where Shigaraki was trying to reach out for his family and asking them for help, but without realizing his quirk activated to a full power extent, and then he will end up accidentally decaying his mother, and his mother will try to reach for him and ends up decaying into pieces, and later on, without realizing, ends up freaking like decaying like his grandmother and grandfather. Not to mention his father could only come outside realizing something was wrong, and he could only stare on in terror and in horror right now, you know. And we have to it that freaking like Tenko was, or Shigaraki's like, Dad, listen, I help me, you know, that kind of thing. And we have to it his father was trying, and we have to it that freaking like Tenko accidentally activated his quirk again without realizing, and his father was trying to get him to stop, but he ended up using a freaking like object or a weapon and smacked him in the face with it. I'm like, dude, are you serious? I was like, oh my gosh, you only just made things worse. And he says, stop it, Tenko, please. But unfortunately, that was the last straw. We had to that Tenko end up going after his father and using his quirk to finally kill, and then like telling him to go to hell and die, you know, that kind of thing. And then by that time, like that's when Shigaraki says, I no longer felt any itches upon my body whatsoever, you know, that kind of thing. Preview of next episode, it continues on with the title of Tenko Shimura's origin, you know, or Shigaraki's origin kind of thing. And it looks like to me it's not over yet. I mean, we're getting closer to the ending right now. I'm pretty sure y'all realize that kind of thing. But Tomura Shigaraki origin next, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah. Overall, I think they did a nice job with this episode. There was some censorship. There's no denying that. There's always going to be censorship, no matter how much like you love a certain series, that a weekly Shonen Jump kind of thing or something else. There's always going to be certain censorship that's happening in the anime, no matter how much you like wish it could have been uncensored. But that aside, I thought, like I said, they did a nice job with this episode. It seems to be a little bit more alive. I think there were some still frames here and there that could have been like a little bit better. But that aside, like yeah, they did a nice job with this episode so far with Tenko Shimura's origin. And now next episode is going to be Shigaraki Tomura's origin. So this is going to be exciting. I mean, although I'm still upset with Bones having to like mess up on some things here and there, but yeah. Anyways, looking forward to next episode here and there. So until then, I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!